My dear children, this Sunday we celebrate the feast of the presentation of our Lord. And before explaining about the feast, I want you to have a look at this candle. This candle is mostly given on that day. And we know the importance of a candle. When we were baptized in the church, our godparents, they lit the candle from the Paschal candle, and they held the candle in their hand, signifying they are taking the light from the risen Lord and having the light for themselves first, and then giving the light for the child. And this candle, we know, it accompanies us throughout our life. When we receive communion, we also dress the candle and we profess our faith. Also at the time of confirmation, we dress the candle and we also profess our faith. And you will ask me, Father, what's the significance of this candle? This candle is given on that day, on 2nd Feb, the presentation of our Lord. And it is a common belief in everywhere that when a person dies, this candle is placed on his coffin. And there's a meaning for that. As this candle accompanied the person throughout his life, so also this candle will accompany him. And when a person dies, and after going through a purification, it is each one's desire to see the Lord face to face, where there is total light. And we see, you must have seen some pictures of heaven, where we see there is full brightness, there is no darkness at all, and so many angels and archangels praising God. And that's where we want, every one of us, we wish to be one day. So that is a wish. That's why we put this candle in the coffin, making the person to wish that he or she would be there one day with the Lord, praising and glorifying Him in heaven. So this is the meaning of the candle. And we know today's feast signifies that Jesus Himself was presented. He Himself was presented to God. Actually, there was no need of Him being presented because He Himself was God. But just to give us the significance of this feast, because all of us, we are presented to God. At the time of baptism, we know our parents, our godparents, they bring us and they present us to God. And they ask us and they ask God to keep a watch over us throughout our earthly journey. So Jesus also was presented by His parents. And we know it was exactly after 40 days, and there's a rite of purification. If a woman among the Jews, if she delivers a male child, it is said that after 40 years she has to go through this rite of purification. So that was also right. And the second meaning of this feast is, all of us, we are presented before our Lord, and it is a duty of every parent to present a child. My dear parents, children are a gift of God to us. The children are not our children. We can't claim them as our children. God is giving them for us just as to take care of them. Because one day we know we have to part with our children. They will leave us. We are just stewards. We are just caretakers of our children. So we need to present them. We need to take care of them as faithful stewards on this earth. And that's our responsibility. Because we know on your wedding day, one of the promises that you make to God is, yes, if God blesses me with children, I will raise him up with a faith, with the Christian values, And that's what you do, my dear parents. But I sometimes feel very sad because the spiritual part is neglected today. Especially we see some of our parents even don't come for even Sunday Mass. If there's a holiday for catechism, they don't even turn up for Sunday Mass. Forget about that. Is there a proper catechism or spiritual formation at home? Or our parents are totally focused on all the worldly interests like coaching classes or studies? What about our spiritual life? Because we know spiritual life is the base, and that's what we learn from the family of Nazareth. For them, the spiritual life was of prime importance. So let this feast of the presentation of our Lord remind us, especially parents, that we are stewards, we are caretakers of our children. God gives them, and we have to part with them one day when we have done our duty as parents. So let this candle, my dear children, always remind us that our destiny is in heaven, and all of us, we need to be there in heaven one day, where we will experience the light, and we will be among the angels and archangels glorifying and praising God. So let the light of Jesus accompany you on your earthly journey.